I just take it back to last week in the victory and maybe the manner of the victory over Italy, something that Andy Farrell said after the match finished. He said it felt like the dressing room was a bit, I don't want to say flat, but it felt that there was an awful lot more within you as a group of players. I mean, what was that feeling like, and how was that translated into this week?
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of that. Like we have high standards now, and we kind of thought we maybe left a few opportunities out there, especially when they're down to 13 and 12 men. There were still things like, look, we're always going to try to get better, and we're searching for that perfect performance. But yeah, there were certain things that we kind of needed to nail in that game. So, and obviously, like going down to Italy, going down to 13 men and then 12 men, it kind of takes away from the game a little bit. It's an unfortunate situation, but it happens.
Now you came on late in the game, but just from the position that you played, uncontested scrums must be something that you're not really keen on, is it?
No, tell you what, it's a lot easier playing rugby when you don't have to scrum. The legs feel pretty fresh, but like it's obviously, it's a massive part of what we do, and it's a strength of ours as well. So to take that away from our game was a little bit disappointing. Obviously, want to test ourselves every week, and we put a lot of work into it. So, but yeah, it's a very rare situation, and we just had to deal with it on the day.
And just a final question, can you talk about England and Twickenham and playing, just the cauldron up there? I mean, it must be one of the ultimate tests for a rugby player.
We've addressed it already this week, just in terms of, it's going to be really loud, and England are going to try to get the crowd on their side really early on. And look, it's a great place to play. Like you say, it's one of those stadiums where every player wants to be involved in that game, and it's a big test match, and it's very exciting to look ahead to that. And we haven't played that well over there the last couple of times, so we've got that as well that we've addressed, and so hopefully it's going to be a good test for us, and where we want to head as a squad. This is an important game for us.
Thanks, Rob. See you soon, man.
Thanks, Cookie. Good, thanks. Yeah, Neil, how you doing?
You mentioned those last two defeats at Twickenham and how it's been discussed this week about going there just like a daunting place to go. How much of a team have you changed since those two defeats you had in 2020?
I think both teams have changed quite a bit. Particularly sort of the way we play. It's come on a long way since then. And I think the last time we played there was probably in the start of Faz's tenure as the coach, and I'm sure you've all seen it. We've definitely come a long way in our attack and stuff since then. So, and like you say, it's a new look team for England as well. So it's going to be a completely different experience both ways. But we still have to reflect on those two games, the last two games there, and what went wrong for us, and maybe why we didn't manage to impose our game on them as well as we wanted to.
And you said obviously that England have changed a little bit as well, obviously since then. What have you seen from them over the last maybe 12 months or so that they've evolved in their game?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're kicking a lot now. And then I think the other challenge for us is going to be around the breakdown as well. I think they're very good at the breakdown and being disruptive there. They've got a great set piece. They'll compete in our line-out. And yeah, I think it's going to be a challenge, just to keep things. We want to impose play our game, and they've got a very good disruption in their defence. So I think that's going to be one of the big challenges for us.
And just finally for me, is a big away win really important for this team? Because as good as maybe the last 12 months or so have been, all of those wins have come at the Aviva Stadium.
Yeah, and it's massive. It's massively important for us. I think obviously against France, I thought we played really well, and we just didn't come on the right side of that game. So going away to England now, we've challenged ourselves to play the game that we want to play, and not be afraid of doing that, and finding ways to do that on the day. So and to do it away from home in a cauldron like Twickenham, and all the atmosphere that goes around it, it's a different experience. So you know, for the growth of the group, it's going to be really, really good for us to go over there and put in a good performance.
Thanks, Ravo.
Thanks. Cheers, guys.
Hi Rob, hope you're well. It's Ruth here.
Hi, Ruth.
Just wanted to ask you about Michael Lowry. Obviously, it was a great debut for him, and everyone seemed to be so happy for him after that game. I know he stayed in camp with you this week. Just what sort of personality is he around the squad already?
Yeah, like obviously we've seen him around Ulster for a while, and I think he's not just one of the guys. You can't help but be happy for him and be be proud of him. And he's just one of the sort of salt of the earth guys. Really easy to be around, and always adds crack. And you could see after the game, or even in the game, how delighted guys were for him when he was going well. And he's obviously put in some great performances this year, and he's earned his shot. And it was just so good to see him go out there and do his thing.
Lovely, thank you.
Hi Rob, Ed Elliott at PA Media. How you doing?
How you doing?
Just a quick one. Going back to when Andy first came in, you were the first choice hooker following Rory's retirement. And Ronan's obviously come into that role sort of end of last year and started the Six Nations. How was that battle with Ronan and also Dan sort of motivated you and spurred you on?
Yeah, I think the hooker's a very competitive position throughout Ireland at the moment, and sort of the last Six Nations, like you say, I was starting a few games, and guys have come in and they're taking their chances, and but I think we have a good group here, and we're all trying to push each other on, doing what's right for the team on any given week, and I think we all have different strengths and weaknesses, and we're just trying to get better as a group. Obviously, I want to be fighting for that 2 jersey, and I want to be starting. But on any given week, I'm going to do whatever role the team needs me to do as well. So yeah, it's like I say, it's good depth in the group, and we're all fighting for that 2 jersey.
And you just mentioned there about the different qualities. I know Ronan's out injured at the moment, but could you just talk a little bit more about what you've seen from Ronan and also Dan? Yeah,
I think they're good players, and I'll leave you guys to talk about all the specific differences and all that. But they're good blokes as well, and we're all working hard together and trying to improve the group. And I think they've both been playing well for their club as well. So, like I said, it's a challenging position, and we're all challenging each other for it. So we all get better for it.
And just one final one on you. You obviously had the injury recently. You missed the start of the competition. How are you feeling now, and how much sort of motivation does it give you to take a chance and coming in, and how difficult is it to sort of get up to speed?
Yeah, it wasn't ideal timing. I thought I was playing pretty well coming off the back of the European games, but it is what it is. These things happen, and went away and got my rehab done with Ulster, and coming fresh again. So I haven't played much rugby in the last sort of month, so I'm feeling really fresh and the body's good, and just excited to get back out there again and test myself. So really looking forward to it.